What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Heel Hookers podcast, episode 55. And this ain't a great one. This ain't gonna be the happiest one. But before we get into all that, I actually remembered this time. Let's go like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Maybe drop a comment, helps out in the algorithm. Let's fucking go. But we got some fights to talk about. We got some events to talk about because it was a pretty loaded weekend. A lot of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But we start where we always do, with the first shit, the most important shit. One Fight Night 16. Haggerty versus Andrade. This was not how I was hoping it was gonna go.
Even a little bit.
Definitely not the way I thought it was going to go. And I'm just still upset about it.
Yeah, this shit broke my heart. Haggerty got the TKO in the second round. It was just sad. The first round, he came out with a pressure that I don't think Andrade really expected from him because he wasn't really throwing too much throughout the first round. He was just getting bombed on. He had, obviously he flew through things. He landed a few things, but he was really just getting entirely outworked in that first round. The second round, he came out. He was obviously trying to do a bit more. He was landing more body shots, just trying to do his thing, and he got caught with a nasty head kick, and he was hurt. And Haggerty definitely didn't stop the pressure. He saw that he was hurt, and he just laid it the fuck on him. It was over. It was really sad to see.
Yeah, because going into it, I was saying I thought that, because obviously I didn't, I wasn't given, I gave Haggerty more of a chance in that fight than you were, but I thought it would very much be him staying on the outside, just putting long, just 1-2s, kicks to the legs, whatever, just staying at the distance and just making it just a very technical fight, slow down the pace. And just like you said, as soon as the fight started, he was just putting it on him. Like, he was just not giving him room to breathe, get set up for his shots. And that was just rough, man. It just wasn't even close.
Yeah, no, extremely smart game plan from Haggerty with the way it worked out.
Nah, for sure.
Just come out with the pressure, just push him back, don't let him breathe, don't give him any space. And it's hard to set your shit up that way. And especially when you're not used to, with how long he's been out, kickboxing, Muay Thai, in respects to Andrade, that kind of can happen.
But I just honestly thought that, I don't know, going into it, I was like, I didn't have the confidence that Haggerty would have the power to hurt him like that. I mean, I know his punches were hurting him, and ultimately was the head kick that hurt him enough to get him out of there. But I just really didn't see it going that way. And I don't know, I always get wrapped up in fighter stories and really just love fighters, so just listening to Fabricio, I wanted so badly for him to get that belt and then go over to Muay Thai and take his belt. Haggerty talking about he wants to go to MMA and take Fabricio's belt, and I think that's a stupid fucking idea. So I am kind of for that, even though he did that to him in this fight. I think that Fabricio could still win the MMA fight. Maybe it'll give him the confidence to try to rematch in either kickboxing or Muay Thai.
Yeah.
I still want to see him as a 3-sport champ, so I'm still all rooting for him. I love him. It was just so sad to see.
That's the thing. It's just when you're just so hyped up, and you just really can see it going one way, and it's just the script just flips completely, you know what I mean? And because talking about okay, it's got the bigger gloves on, probably won't be able to hurt him, but fucking a head kick right up to the side of the head, there's no protection on that, you can only be so tough, so durable, and eat something so fucking big and clean, you know what I mean? And it was just you seen him just wobble a little bit. He was trying to get back, but Haggerty just pouring on the pressure.
I was about to pour the pressure on. He got the knockdown. They separated, and Andrade. I think the problem with a lot of people who come over from MMA and they go into a kickboxing or Muay Thai or boxing, they forget you can take the whole 8 count as long as you're up by 10. And I think he just tried to get up too quickly, didn't? And because he's stumbled, staggered, and then called the fight, and it's just that happens. Like, you know what I
I
mean?
mean, but
Like,
either
so,
way, he was still
he was
so
done.
hurt. So even if he waited the whole 8 count and then ended up getting up, I'm
Yeah,
sure
he-
Haggerty would have went right back to it, and
right back to
it would have
pressure,
just it kind of would have been sadder to see him get more hurt than he already was, to be honest. So
No, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing with just like talking about like, oh, like brain damage, whatever, and like differences between boxing, MMA, and stuff. And it's like, yeah, because like you're saying, it's like you can get rocked, get hit with like a crazy shot, you go down, but it's like, okay, take that little bit of time and like get your wits slightly about you back up, and you're just there to get hit more. You know what I mean? Where it's like, MMA, get dropped, get finished off. You know what I mean? It's just not like as crazy. So yeah, he
or be able to protect yourself more on the ground than able to on the feet.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't have been any better if they let him continue throughout that.
No, I'm not disagreeing
Oh,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I'm
I
just
know.
saying, generally speaking, that tends to seem to be that. From what I've noticed, that tends to be a thing where they get up immediately.
No,
no,
yeah,
yeah, for sure.
exactly. You're not used to it. You know what I mean? It's like MMA. You're the entire time until it's called. You're fighting. So it's like you got to get right back to it and just try and get your wits about you right away.
Yeah.
But yeah, and actually, the interesting too. I don't know, Wikipedia. When we were looking up the records and stuff, it was showing Fabricio with a 20-3 record, and then one when he like walked out said his Muay Thai kickboxing record was 40-3. So that was a very big difference in that.
Yeah.
So we saw that and I was like, oh shit, like he's got way more fights in this shit than we thought. But yeah, just still wasn't enough to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is quite the disparity.
Yeah.
in fights.
Yeah, 20 different separation
Jesus.
of 20 wins, like.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, I mean, good for Haggerty though. Not the biggest fan. Wanted to see Fabricio win, but you gotta. Good for him, 2-sport champ. But yeah, like you mentioned, calling him out for MMA, I just. It was just funny because talking about how like in the lead up he's just like, oh, you can't take me down here, and it's like even just saying that, it's like you're recognizing that like that's gonna be like a big factor in the difference, you know what I mean, of that like that competition. It's like now you're just like, you think because like you got like a good like TKO like KO over him, that it's like, oh yeah, I can just beat him in MMA now, like
Right.
it's
It's a whole different game.
Completely different.
Yeah, so I'd definitely be down to see that. I'd be down to just see Fabricio defend his belt against some other MMA guys. Maybe we see Rodtang move up to bantamweight, try and take that belt off Haggerty. I'd be fine with that too, because I don't want Haggerty to have that belt now.
Fuck Haggerty.
God damn it.
Like, I wish that I could appreciate what he did, and I wish that you know what I'm saying, that I could give him his props. And this is totally biased, but fuck him. I want him to lose. Like,
I know.
I am a genuine hater at this point.
And it was the next morning, like, I seen a clip on Instagram that one posted, and it was, like, Haggerty and his girl just, like, watching, like, the replay of, like, him finishing it. I'm pretty sure his girl was like, oh, like, talk shit, get, like, knocked out, or, they were just saying whatever. I'm just like, yo, I hate you guys so fucking much. Like,
So
fuck
bad.
you. I'm like, it's too goddamn early to be posting some shit like this. But yeah, so we'll see what one wants to do. Yeah, but good performance for Haggerty though. That takes us into the co-main event, which another championship was on the line. Inaugural welterweight submission grappling championship. Tai Ruotolo, he gets it done by a unanimous decision. I feel like the most interesting part of this to bring up was, at least for me, he went to go for a triangle when this dude had both of his arms in, and that shit just looked so crazy, because I know you were bringing up, I just watched the fucking bend on his like foot and leg as he was just trying to wrap that up. It was...
Bro, if that was more
nasty.
towards the middle of the fight and not the end, and it getting called there, or like, the time going, I think he would have hurt himself, because he even looked like he limped his way up for a second. Like, probably no serious damage or anything, but if he was so wrapped up in trying to get that, I think he would have snapped something in his own leg.
Probably.
There was an unnatural bend in his fucking shin.
Yeah.
But it was pretty awesome. And then trying to go off into like the armbar, just
No, yeah, that was some good shit though. But yeah, just a dominant performance. He fucking throwing up, arm bars, fucking leg locks. He went for a fucking calf slicer at one point, which I thought he was gonna get.
Yeah.
I would have. Oh my god, that would have been so fucking awesome. But yeah, not able to grab a submission in this one. But now you got 2 fucking Ruotolo brothers in one. Both of them are champs. So let's fucking go. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
No, yeah, that's awesome.
Only thing that like it just sucks with this shit is that it's just like they ain't got no fucking roster or like rankings or nothing like that for like their grapplers, you know. So it's like I ain't got no idea who he could fight next, you know.
Exactly, because I don't think it's going to be hard for them to find people to come in and like grapple them, because there's so many different tournaments and different things where there's plenty of actual grapplers, but there's not you know what I'm saying? There's nothing like One or the UFC where there's like, oh, all these grapplers and they're on this big stage. So it's like, yeah, fuck a tournament. You want to come grapple our champion? You want to try to get the belt? You want to do this? Like, I'm sure it's not hard for them to find people, but we'll never know who they are.
Yep.
Yeah. I was about to
They're like, yo, who came in third in flow grappling? Get that guy.
I feel like they just gotta want them the brothers to like grapple each other, right? Like
Yeah,
they gotta
definitely.
want Ty and Kate to go at it.
And they're so down for it, so why wouldn't they?
Yeah. Like as of right now, that's definitely the biggest grappling shit that they can do.
But I feel like Kate is still working on MMA right now, right? And that's why we haven't really seen him.
Yeah, he said that he wants to go to MMA.
Yeah.
Which that'd be fucking awesome.
Hell yeah, they're only 20 years old. They're this good at grappling. It's not hard to start developing some fucking striking skill.
Yeah, no. And that's always the craziest thing when I think about it. I always forget just how fucking young they are. It's like, I don't know. I feel like for
Just
me
turned
too.
20.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like they just look so much older than, like, 20 years old. So I'm like,
I feel like they look at most like maybe 24.
Yeah, but like.
But I feel you. That's 4 years older than 20.
I was about to say 20 and 24 is very different.
No, I know, yeah.
Because it's like, bro, you look at fucking Chase Hooper, and then you look at these 2 guys, you know what I mean? Those are 2 entirely different fucking genetics, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just, it's funny. But yeah, so good shit for Ty. Always love to see him grappling, and yeah, he's just been super active this, like, last half of the year, so just, let's go, stacking up that money for him. But this next one, though. This was... I fucking love this guy, man. He is so fucking awesome.
The man who yields to no one.
Yeah. Because I think it was... was it the fucking Rod Tang Superlek Fight Night, Friday Fights card? I think that we saw him on the first time. I feel like that's what it was.
I think so.
Probably.
Friday Fights 34, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, and just seeing his nickname, and it's just like the man who yields to no one. That's
fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
And this time out, I felt bad for this dude that he was fighting. I just don't understand how it's Muay Thai, so 3 3-minute rounds. For all 9 minutes, this dude is just nonstop walking forward, throwing together punches, kicks, elbows, just everything on this man. Not a second to breathe or think for... Yeah, bro, that's some motherfucking pressure that he can put on people. It is insane. That's his 200th win now, I'm pretty sure?
Yep.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
274 and 8 draws.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just an absolute monster in Muay Thai. I am just completely down to see him fight every single time. 34 years old, so starting to get, up there a little bit, but he's a Thai fighter, so he'll probably be around for like at least 8 more years.
Right?
But yeah.
8 more years, 40 more fights.
It stays with
he
one,
yields to no one, so he's probably not going to stop until his body yields himself.
That's very true. The commission yields him.
Yeah. I was about to say.
You're not allowed to fight anymore, sir.
He's like, I'm
80.
150 years old. I have finally completed the perfect martial arts body.
I'll see you in another 100 years. But yeah, that was a good performance for him, though. Moving on down the main card, Halil Amir competing in the lightweight MMA. God damn, my fucking brain today. Division.
You've been exposed to some mold, buddy?
It's COVID.
That was the word you were looking
Bro,
for? I thought there was
I literally feel like Dennis today. It's crazy.
like
It's because you're wearing the
legit-
shirt.
It's because I am wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
I slept too
I
much.
legit thought like, okay,
Nope.
maybe there's a tournament or some shit I didn't know about.
Nope.
No, this man couldn't think of division. Oh my god.
I need another cup of coffee. That's what. But yeah, hello Amir. It's because I want to say 155, and that's why it's throwing me off. But lightweight. He looked really fucking good. Beat the shit out of Ahmed. It should have been stopped in the first round. I mean, like
it
some
kind
point.
of was.
Yeah, but then the ref lets him survive, goes to the corner, and then they wave it off in the corner. And so it was just kind of like, all right, you should have just called it like a minute ago. You know what I mean? Just made that a little bit anticlimactic, but improves to 10-0. Called for that title shot next.
Which, that would be great because it's like with Christian Lee being the title holder. We don't know what's going on with him. I know me and Jimmy were talking about it, and it feels like it's been so long, but it hasn't even been a year since he's fought, and since everything has happened. So it's like, rightfully so, like, give him his time, let him decide what he wants to do, but it's like, put up that interim title.
Yeah.
And then if he decides to come back, he unifies it. If he doesn't, then let him go, you know?
No, yeah, exactly. And, with either way, because if he does come back, then it's like, it'll probably be a Halil and Okrayun, so then it's like, I'm pretty sure that would be a trilogy bout with Okrayun if, like, he ends up winning, so it's like, that, like, you got the hype on that, and then if Halil Amir wins, he's 11-0 undefeated prospect, with the interim title, that's big fight too, so.
Yep.
Hell yeah, so definitely excited to see what Amir can do in this division, just see how long it sticks around. Definitely a fun fighter, though. Other than that, there was some alright stuff on the prelims. There is some not so great fights throughout it too.
Which doesn't happen pretty often with one.
Yeah,
it was just this weekend.
Yeah, it was cursed. We were too hyped on it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't throw it in there, but a quick mention. Fucking Ayaka Miura. She got a scarf hold Americana in the first round, and that's the third one on her record, I think.
Fourth, I think. Third or fourth.
Scarf hold. She got like 4 of them. Also had like a streak of getting 3 Americanas just straight up too. It is
and a couple scarf hold arm locks. Yeah, she just.
It is just such a fucking wacky thing to see. Like you just don't see it at all. But that shit was just.
It's the majority
so nice.
of her wins. She has a few decisions here and there, but the majority of her wins are some type of scarf hold, arm lock, or Americana. Like.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just a very innovative move that you don't see a lot. So I just love seeing cool grappling shit. You know what I mean? It's just it's great.
Yep.
But yeah, like that. That's just so nasty. You just get the fucking fucking head and arm, position, and then you just take the arm, stuff it right between your legs, and then it's just like, all right, just hip into it. Like, it's like, yeah, I don't know, really cool. I love it. But I gotta bring it up. Talked about it in the preview. Had a whole lot of hype going into it. Anna Supergirl.
Oh, I didn't realize you were going there. Honestly, I thought you were going to bring up Ben Tynan for the funnies.
Oh no, I mean, I thought about it, but I figured it.
Never
Vanilla
mind.
Thunder.
Okay, yeah, right into the sad.
Vanilla Thunder.
I just figured we'd get through it. You know what I mean? But yeah, this was just an extremely rough performance. We were talking about afterward, and like in her last fight, she didn't look as good. Just kind of looking a little bit slow, just not that great, but she was able to get the win. And in this one, she just really looked slow and not there. I don't know.
It's like because she looked great in her first fight. She got like the first round knockout. She ends up going to a split decision. And then her fight with Stamp where she lost the split decision. Even in that loss, she looks so good. I thought she won the fight, if I'm going to be honest with you. Then, like you said, she comes into the fight before this one just looking slow, not really looking like herself at all. It was a lackluster performance from her for sure. And then this one, like you said, she didn't have anything. She got hurt so bad. And it just, I don't know, it kind of had me like concerned for her because I don't know, when it comes with one specifically, especially listening to Stamp speaking and Mikey speaking in their last performances, I know they're bigger stars and how they were talking about like, oh, you know, they were just going through whatever illness and they didn't think they were going to make it. They kind of didn't want to be there, but they were like pushed and like, thanks for the support of it, da da da. And it's like, damn, you know, like were they kind of forced to be here? And I know they're the stars, so it's like, okay, we really got to keep you on these cards because it falls apart without you guys. But it's like, for someone who isn't like that big of a star, you know, she's kind of coming up with it. It's like, did they try to force her? Does she just need the money? Like, is she like going through something and she's just there and she shouldn't have been there? Because I don't know, it just didn't look like her, and I'm just worried for her. You know, I just hope she's doing okay. I hope that she could just come back feeling better. I hope she doesn't push herself too much. Like, because if she only fought in August, that's only 3 months ago. It's like,
I'm gonna be honest. Like when I was watching the fight, because I wasn't watching these live, but when I got to this fight, I was like, it just, I don't know when it was, but I was just like, what? And I'm like, she just doesn't want to be here. Like, she just had that look in her face, like, and it wasn't even like that far into the, it's just like, she doesn't want to be here. I don't know what it is. Like, just.
Yeah, and then she got absolutely beat the fuck up, and it just first round finish. Like, there was a couple times she got hit and just had really bad reactions, but that one shot and like all the niche to the body, she just turned around and walked away. Like she just straight up like I'm done. Like she gave up entirely, and I'm not blaming her at all. You know what I mean? Like I really just hope she's okay.
Yeah, I feel like with that, like that was just like I don't think she was like all there.
No,
you know
not
what I
at
mean?
all.
Like it was just
like a natural reaction of like turn away from what it is. Yeah, get away from this. But like, even that was slow. Like like you saw her face. She looked like she didn't know where she was or what she just went through. Like it was just really sad.
Yeah, because Christina Morales, you know, just coming in was 0-2-1, and like I mean, to be fair for her, just went out there, put the fucking pressure on her right from the start. You know, was just giving her no space, landing good shots to the body.
That was her key to victory.
Yeah, and it just 2 minutes 54 seconds into the first round, and that. It was just really rough. One was such a rough night, man.
It really was. But that's why it just is so crazy, because it's like knowing the monster that Stamp is and just seeing and knowing the things that she's done and watching her go to a decision with Stamp to then, get finished in the first round by someone who's 0-2. It just felt like, it just feels wrong.
No, it just is off.
Yeah.
It's
like with Fabricio, I love him, but I feel like he just got outclassed in that fight. He just got beat up. But like with this one, I really feel like Anna was just not okay.
100%. Like she just did not look like herself at all. But hopefully there isn't like anything too, like serious going on, and just, maybe, I don't know, like how big she is, like, if like cutting weight or so, you know what I mean, or anything, like maybe it was just off night, whatever,
I mean, she is 5'8", 69-inch reach at 115.
It is a pretty big frame, honestly. But so we'll just have to see. Hopefully it just takes as much time off as she needs and can take off, you know what I mean, and just comes back, looks good, and just gets back on the winning track. But other than that, nothing else too crazy happened on the card. Solid overall, but just sad, But I didn't throw it in here, but do a quick little mention. So that was Friday night. We also had BKFC that night, but nothing too crazy. But BKFC Saturday morning from Thailand. We have fucking Blockout versus Senchai. Honestly, afterwards, I was kind of sad that it was like BKFC and it was only like 10 minutes, because I just felt like I don't know, it just felt really short, Yeah,
it did.
But Senchai just looks so much older in there than Blockout.
I was just gonna say that, so like because of that reason, I don't think Senchai really needed to be in there any longer.
Yeah, it's But it was also great, the size difference too. Like Blockout was so much bigger in there than him. Senchai was trying to, do a little bit of his tricks, like had some fun feints in there, try to throw a cartwheel kick, and then just like, fell down at the end. And I was like, oh man, it's like, that
Like you could just really see the age in him. It's just crazy because 43 and 41, they're not far apart, but you could just really see the age on Senshai.
Yeah, Blackout looks so much better, and like he just like even just looking at their faces, like I don't know, he looked like fucking 8-10 years younger than Senshai. You know what I mean? Like it. But yeah, I mean, for the two of them to be able to come together though for an event under BKFC, that
Legendary.
was just awesome for them. They were saying it was I think for like Blackout total like pro combat sports combined wins was like 240. It was like 330 or something for Senshai. Like it.
Yeah, between the both of them, they had over 500 combat wins.
Yeah,
2 people. Like that's crazy.
That's insane.
God
damn.
Yeah, I mean, you take out like Muay Thai and like so if you like MMA and like boxing, you can definitely find some more like crazier records, especially back in the day. But it's like,
and especially with like amateurs.
But just like especially MMA, you would need like 10 people at least of like fucking that got like 40 fucking 10 record. You know what I mean? Like just the. You need like 10 super legendary vets to like stack all of their like records together.
I'm not even sure that would still like reach 100.
Oh, I mean
500, my bad.
Well, that's because I'm thinking like someone like Gegard Mousasi, you know what I mean, who's got like 40 wins and fucking 10 losses. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, it's like it's just crazy, man. And then in Muay Thai, you just got so many fighters with records like that. It's just absolutely insane.
The Queen, 21, 206 wins, 206 wins, 6 losses.
Yeah. That
212 professional fights in Muay Thai kickboxing at 21 years old.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. Let's go the motherfucking Queen.
Just had to give her mention.
Yeah. Interim title December 22nd. Let's go. Christmas coming early. But yeah, that was some cool shit from BKFC though. Good for them. Yeah. But now that's gonna bring us into even more terrible shit. It was just this wasn't the weekend, man. It just really wasn't.
I don't think anyone understands how heartbreaking this weekend was to me. Like 4 good old cracks in my heart. We already got through Fabricio and Anna, but we got 2 more.
And I mean, I don't know, and like for me, because like on the UFC side, it's like I got 2 that were very upsetting, but one of them is
just
different.
Overall disappointing.
But we'll get there. Well, let's start out with this main event. Remember when we said it's going to be a 1-punch knockout or a first-round sub?
Not even fucking close.
Bro, we were so off.
This was as far off as everyone guaranteeing that Ngannou and Derek Lewis was going to be a banger of a fight. Because Jailton Almeida, he gets a unanimous decision win, which is just insane. Gets a heavyweight record for the most control time at 21 minutes and 10 seconds across 25 minutes.
So that was 21 minutes of laying and praying.
Yep.
Not like 18, because, there's clinch work and stuff. But, like, it was a lot of that.
Yeah.
There was barely any clinch in that fight. It was like 20 minutes, 55 seconds of being in fucking mount or back control.
Yeah, this really showed the flaws in Jailton Almeida's grappling and finishing potential at the higher level of the division, which is pretty incredible to say that came with Derek Lewis. You know what I mean? Like,
because it's not even like Derek was like, oh, I'm going to just stand up, and was giving him a hard time with being the bigger guy and like heavier guy.
Moments, like.
But even then, like, it was barely just getting up. It was turning around and it was rolling and it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It was just crazy that, he couldn't get anything done. Like Ginger said, he was in mount and back and had like back control so many times. Couldn't get the RNC, couldn't get the fucking triangle choke, or arm triangle choke, couldn't do anything.
This dude had mount and just stood up out of mount because he wasn't doing anything from there and then Derek Lewis also just didn't do anything and just laid underneath him as he stood up out of mount. This is what's because going into it, for me it was like I know like it would be better for the division if Jailton wins, new guy moving up, whatever. I love Derek Lewis. It's so hard for me to root against him. I would love to see him get a knockout. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna root for that.
But this wasn't the way for Almeida to get up. Like, I feel like it would have been better for him to get knocked out first round by Lewis.
Yeah, like his stock would have gone down less if it was just like he shot in, got knocked out, and it was like, oh, okay, it happens. Like,
yeah, it's Derek Lewis. He's a hard hitter. He has 14 knockouts, now 15. Like, he has the most. You know what I mean? But this, because it's like Spivak was able to get him down, get the sub, control the shit out of him. So it just like in comparison, it's like Almeida, you couldn't do that shit.
Because with Spivak, I think it was like he got like 3 takedowns in that first round because it was like Derek did more of like, okay, let me try and get up because it's like he wasn't as quick to like get right into mount, like have that heavy pressure, but it was like quick mat returns, you know what I mean? Got side control, locked up arm triangle, first round, it was done. Like it was not competitive, it was super easy. And with all of those fucking opportunities, all of those, man, at the end of the fucking third round, there was honestly a question in my head. I'm just like, is Jailton Almeida more tired, like, from holding down Derek Lewis and just, like, moving between positions than Derek Lewis is from, like, trying to get up?
I think so.
Because then the fourth round, Derek did try, like, a bit more, and, like, this was absolutely the worst case scenario for this fight. An entire event built around Jailton and all the hype in Brazil and him coming up and everything. And did Dana White even say anything? Like, I'm sure he wasn't there at the event.
He was not at the event, so I haven't seen anything. And even then, it was a short one. Like, I usually will look over those Aaron Bronstetter notes.
Yeah.
3 tweets. 3. That's it. It was that fucking short. Like, the dude had nothing. But I was just looking at the significant strike totals. Jailton Almeida, with 21 minutes and 10 seconds of control time, landed a total of 38 significant strikes.
I didn't even think it was that much, if I'm going to be honest. I thought you were going to say, like, 27. But whatever. Like, high 20s.
Again, 38.
No, yeah.
When you have 21 minutes of control time,
you
have over 4 rounds of control time.
Yep. Yeah.
And you can't. That's the thing that I think I'm pissed off more about. Isn't so much that he didn't get a sub or any. It's just
he didn't move to ground.
He didn't do anything. Like, he was being so risk adverse.
Yes.
In this fight, that it makes me think. Okay, what happens when you get someone who's not gonna go down?
Yeah, with someone with some decent takedown defense and grappling skills.
Imagine this was Curtis Blades.
Yeah. That.
Guess what? Almeida would have been a lot more tired.
Or even if this was fucking Spivak.
Yeah. Because that's the thing for me. And I know just talking about it before we started, it's like he was supposed. Because what is Curtis still ranked number 3?
No, he's 5.
Okay, sorry, 5. So, he was supposed to fight number 5. He just beat Lewis at number 10. I don't even think he deserves to get the Curtis Blades rematch, and I feel like he should have to fight Sergey Spivak. Like, I genuinely feel like that. It's like, because if that's all you could do to Derek Lewis, it's like, now fight the dude that smashed him in grappling like it was nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't fight the dude that was too scared to fight, or grapple against Derek Lewis, and the one time he did, he got uppercutted and knocked out. Nah, do the person that ran right in there and just walked over him. Let's see how that fight goes. I don't think he wins that fight.
I don't think he beats Spivak either.
And I was saying it to Kate, out of all the potential people that he could fight above him, I think the only person I'd probably favor him is Tai Tuivasa. And I said, and I said Stipe earlier, but it's like he's not going to fight Stipe, but
that would never happen.
Yeah, so it's
they wouldn't even try to book that. They're not going to try and book Gon.
Yeah, and
the only
the fucking balls on him to say afterwards that, did I put on a show for you guys?
Oh my god!
And then he calls out the number 1 ranked Cyril Gane, who has been very consistent at saying he's not fighting anyone behind him. Even the 2 guys that are now fighting for the interim title, He wouldn't fight either of those two guys. They weren't worthy. Like, no, they're too far behind me. Like, I'm looking up. Nah. This was such a flop. This was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, that was a terrible call out. He just should have said Blades quit running.
Yeah, like that would have been so much better. That would have been so much better.
Yep.
Because then at least we could be like, bro, Blades runs you over. Instead of, he's not even going to take the fight. Like,
yeah.
And then, like, with Volkov, if they have Volkov fight him, Volkov has really good sub defense. And he's not as easy to take down as Lewis was.
Yeah, no. And a much bigger frame on him, too. So it's like, he's, like, not as round, so it could be, like, a little bit, like, big round guys, it could be hard to, like, hold him down. But it's, like, still, he's fucking at the high end of 260, 265, you know what I mean? He's 6'7", a massive, like, 80-inch reach, like, that's not gonna be an easy guy to just fucking take down,
No, and we saw, like, he was able to win the fourth and fifth rounds against Curtis Blades because he just tired Blades out because he kept getting up.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That Gilton, he gets the win, but goddamn his stock, at least for me, dropped, like, just plummeted into the ground. Like,
bro, I said it on the Fight Companion. I have never had a prospect's hype go down this much, even after a knockout loss.
Yeah. No, yeah. Seriously.
Like, I'm not even joking on that. Like, legitimately, it's like...
Yeah, because it's just you have all these ideas and hopes, like, oh, they could smash this person, they could do this, they could do that. Then they have a performance like this, and you're like, oh, I was entirely wrong, huh? Like, it's just all the hope is gone.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get fraud checked in a win?
And in your grappling by Derek Lewis.
Right.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
That's why I said if he would have got knocked out first round, it would have been better for him.
So much better.
Yeah. He wouldn't have been fraud checked. It would have just been like, damn, another guy that Derek Lewis knocked out. He would have got another shot to fight up. Yeah. Like, they probably still might have rebooked that Curtis Blades fight. Like...
Or he would have just been fighting Spivak anyway. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Either way, I feel like his road leads to Spivak now that I'm thinking about it.
But, like... if that happened, we still would have given him a shot against Spivak.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like, okay, first main event, it's a big spotlight, home country, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of, like...
Derek Lewis is literally the knockout king in UFC.
Yeah. Yeah, just absolutely upsetting. Yeah, that just is such a disappointing main event. But
now we go into another heartbreak.
Yeah,
This one hurt.
I so foolishly thought that if maybe at least if Bonfim lost, it wouldn't be a rough one and he wouldn't get, like, beat up, hurt too bad. Because Nicholas Dalby is a good fan of going to a decision. And I mean, first round, Bonfim did look good. His hands definitely did look cleaned up. He was, like, still aggressive, but way more calculated with his striking for sure. Had some good takedowns. When he got a hold of Nicholas Dalby,
it was over.
That first round, he is strong in the clinch and on the ground for sure.
Yeah.
But then the second round comes and it just all fell apart.
Yep.
Went for a takedown. He got him down. Dalby got back up. And it just seemed, like after that, like, I don't know if his guess was just gone. Like,
I was about to, it's Dalby. Dalby is one of those fighters who can weaponize cardio to such a high degree that it can break people down.
Well, yeah, because it was like after he got up, he just started going after Bonfim. He was just hurting him all over the place. Bonfim trying to survive, but it was that fucking knee from the clinch because he's going after the body. He's destroying his body. Bonfim goes down. He hits him with a knee that just drops him. But before he hit the floor, you could see the blood splatter all over his forehead. Like, he got hurt in there the end of the second round. What was it, 4 minutes, 33 seconds?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, the end of that round, Dalby really just poured it the fuck on him and got him out of there. And that shit, oh my God. I was so sad to see that.
Like, and that's the thing with Dalby is he is just very much, he is someone who's weaponizing his cardio by just putting that pressure on you and just no breaks. All right, you took me down, I'm up. putting the pressure back on you, putting you up against the cage, doing what I need to do. Like, and that's just
No, I know, and it's
what
like
happened. It's just like
it's just crazy because yeah, like even with Dalby being 38 years old, 7-3, 1 draw, 1 no contest in the UFC, like just still doing his thing, doing real good at it, and it just. I know Bonfim was 15-0 going into this against that 20. It was 22-4-1 at that. But you know what I mean. So it just sucks.
Yeah.
I was just so sad. I really thought he'd go out there and just sub him first round. He had his locked up for a little bit, but he wasn't able to fucking really get it.
We all had him, Gabriel winning by first round sub.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot. Dalby's just never been finished.
Yeah.
And I knew that. I just was still like, he can fucking do it.
Yeah.
And especially when he went to go get the Darce choke, or the Von Flu was it? I was like, he got this.
Yeah.
And Dalby just got himself out of it, and it was over from there.
Yeah, tough as shit, man. That was good for Dalby, but yeah, I just like, what the fuck? I'm not expecting that at all. And another fight that I was just absolutely not expecting, because for me, this is like the fucking sad one too, because it's just like, again, another guy gets a unanimous decision win, but I am just so much less impressed with them afterwards.
Yeah.
Because Caio Braulio, he was supposed to fight Nursultan Ruziboev, pulls out, and in comes Abus Magomedov. And I mean, to be fair, Abus did a much better job of like, hey, I'm not just going to gas myself out in the first round trying to get a finish, and I'm going to like pace myself over 3 rounds more, you know?
But because of that, the total strikes in the first round thrown between both of them were 18.
Yeah. It just really seemed like Caio was so just unwilling and just like nervous to like engage and just like put it on him. Like
he'd go in there, he'd face some shit, he'd pop back out, hit him with a little something, pop back out. Like, he just a lot of circling, a lot of backing up.
Yeah.
Because like how many takedown attempts did he go for? Like
only 1 in the first round.
Okay, yeah.
That got stuffed.
Yeah, and it just, I don't know, man. That was just such a disappointing win.
Yeah.
It was just, we're just talking like, okay, he should be fighting like top 15. Like, you know what? Like, what are we doing here? And it's like, okay, well.
And then we get this performance, and it's just like,
maybe he shouldn't be fighting top 15.
Yeah, maybe rebook him versus Nursultan. Like,
fucking maybe loser of Mooney's versus Iron Turtle. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
I feel like, even if like Mooney's loses or whatever, I feel like that would just be a good test for him. You know what I mean? It's like.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it's just funny because, just thinking like, oh, he's on a 5-fight win streak. Why isn't he fighting someone in the rankings? And then this happens, and it's like, that's why.
Yep.
And this is why.
But yeah, I mean, gets a win, you know what I mean? Which is definitely better than getting the loss. But
just
lackluster, not that great.
Yeah, very lackluster. Not a lot happened, and just nothing to really impress with.
Yeah. But an absolutely impressive win, though.
Exactly.
Amazing. Elves Brenner.
Yeah, this was fucking beautiful.
Yeah, this dude just destroyed Kanan Chusky. But yeah, that left hand was just absolutely vicious.
Krzyzewski.
Just devastating. I do, and I said it when it happened, I was like, I respect the fact that he had enough self-control to realize he was out, because he hit him with that left hand. Dude fell flat. He climbed over him like he was going to hit him, and he said, oh, nah, he's out. Nah. The ref didn't even, the ref did obviously step in, but he was stepping off of him before the ref even got over there. He was like, there's no need for a follow-up.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen someone fucking just
tree trunk like that.
Face first, just dropping so bad, man. Like that was, and because like I said, it like very different like reactions, but it was a similar kind of shot with like Izzy hitting Paulo, where it's like normally you think like you're throwing a hook and it's gonna hit like we're like flush on the chin or like the head, whatever, but like just clips the side of the fucking temple. And that was nasty, bro. Elves, is it Elves or Elvis? I don't know.
I think it's elves. I'm pretty sure they said elves.
I thought they said Elvis on the fucking like broadcast this time, but I thought it was elves.
This time it was really low, but I thought it was elves too.
Either way, Brenner.
Brenner.
Yeah.
You already messed up the other dude's last name. Let's just go with that.
Well, it is fine. He is a monster. This was at a catch weight because Kanan took it on short notice, but him at 155. I think this dude might actually be a genuine problem for a lot of people because
that power.
Yeah, he is only 26 years old, 3-0 in the UFC now. And I mean, Kanan just coming in like short notice, it's not like the greatest win, but getting that finish over Guram Kudataladze in his last one, and then in your UFC debut, he got a split decision over Zabair Tugagov. Like, this dude has beaten some good competition already at 155, and just dude that's 15-1 coming in, or was Kanan 15-0 coming in? Or no, 15-1. Sorry.
15-1.
Yeah, just absolutely shut him down in the first round. Like, he's probably gonna be fighting someone near the top 15 or like around there pretty soon, and I think he's gonna smash a lot of these people.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Which is really nice because I feel like it's been a while, like with 155, that it's like good prospects where we're like someone that can actually like maybe get into the rankings and be something, like see a top like 10 to 15 name, and like I know that there's like Armin and like there is people in there, but you know what I'm saying, like I'm talking about like the newer people right now, like that have been coming in the last year or so.
Please, just Tony, pull out of your fight with Patty, put Brenner in there, and let this dude knock out Patty the fucking baddie, please.
You're going to curse it, Patty's going to pull out, and he's going to get in there against Tony and knock Tony the fuck out.
Knock on all the wood. Knock on all the wood. Oh my god. No, I would love Ginger's version of that. That would be really funny. Yeah, bro, he would dust Patty in like 2 minutes. But yeah, I mean, trains with Charles Oliveira too, which is cool. So yeah, that's just awesome, man. Great win for Brenner. Love to see him back soon. But now we go on to another very disappointing performance.
This one pissed me off, I'm not gonna lie.
Take it away.
Well, Eliza Zaleski and Renat Fakhretdinov, because Renat, the fourth one of the weekend, that just fucking sucks because another person I'm just so high on and I just want them to do good. And the first 2 rounds he was clearly winning, but it didn't look like he was taking it serious. There was a lot of, not that people can't smile, you could be happy, you can have fun in there, but he was just having too much fun. Like, it just seemed like, Eliza would land a shot and he's just, aha, like, like he would stop to laugh and like dap him up or something, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he would stop to enjoy the moment rather than like be in there and like, nah, I'm gonna get you back, I'm gonna counter this, I'm gonna fight you, like he just looked like he was having a good time. So while he easily won the first 2 rounds, come the 3rd round, Eliza lands a nasty it was a kick, right?
Yeah, kick, yeah.
Okay, I was like, was it a knee or a kick? But yeah, a kick to the body that just absolutely folded Renat. Now, Renat did the smart thing of like shooting in to go for the takedown so that the ref didn't call it right there. But his body was shut down. He was done. Eliza was fucking him up. Eliza then went and kind of fucked himself because after not getting the ground and pound, which truthfully should have been called and Renat should have been finished there, he went to go like, oh, I'll grapple with you. And then like, it just ended the fight. It was 15 minutes and it went to a draw because he 10-8'd him because he almost had him out of there. So it's like, it just sucks because if he would have taken it more serious in the first round, he hurt him in like the first 20 seconds. Now, if he would have just followed up with that, if he would have just kept punching him, if he would have like, you know what I mean? Like he could have won that fight in the first round, but he was just kind of fucking around, just having a good time, and it didn't lose him the fight, but he got a draw and he could have looked much better. Yeah, because like you said, he can't because like we thought it was easy decision or whatever. Ginger, you thought he was gonna finish him KO TKO first round,
And yeah, the first couple seconds, it fucking looked like he was swinging bombs, started landing big, but
Knocked him down.
yeah, and then just gets on top, and like, he was like, had some like, good ground pound, whatever, was just working on top, but then it was like 2 minutes left in the round. Zaleski was able to get back up, and then like, it's just like you were saying, just not taking it that seriously. So it's like, it's not like Zaleski was doing that much the last 2 minutes, but he was in there enough to not get 10-8'd that round, and which made the difference. Like you said, coming into the third, where Renat just gets folded up and basically is out of there.
Because it was like after that moment, it was like that was when like he kind of started slowing down. You know what I mean? It was like he gave him a space, and it was like, because round one he total strikes was 47-14, then 32-25, 30-76. And that was obviously all in the ground and pound afterwards. But like, it just, I don't know.
I think he didn't have any respect for Zaleski after he knocked him down. He thought, okay, I'm just easily gonna be able to win this.
Yeah,
and that's what. And
then he just fucked himself. It was so stupid. Yeah, and exactly, because it was after that moment where it was like, he got the 47 in the first round because of like those first moments, and he's in there, he's throwing, but like I said, he just kept backing up, just kept laughing through things, kept like, instead of keeping up the action, acknowledging the moments. Like, it was just, I don't know.
Can't take pictures.
Yeah.
And then like the ending of the fight pissed me off too, but for a different reason, because Zaleski's trying to go for the ground and pound finish, and I'm just sitting here like, and he's getting a little caught up, like trying to get the punches in, because Renat was doing a decent enough job guarding that, and I'm just like, bro, you're pretty much inside control.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Did you hear them?
I just heard the aftermath.
Yeah, the fucking cats. Sorry.
You can keep going.
Yeah, you can keep talking. He can hear.
But yeah, no, like with Zaleski, I was just like, bro, knee to the body. This is one thing I wish more fighters would do. When you're in like that side control position where they're in like referee turtle up or whatever, it's like, hey, you can knee to the body. You can kick to the body at that position. Kick to the body, knee to the body. Because if he had kneed Renat to the body there, it would have been over.
Yeah. Because like you said, Renat was like barely just doing enough. Like I could partially understand like why the ref like let it go, like if he would have called it, everybody would have understood. But it's like, he was getting punched, and then the ref would be like, work, and he would go in to do something. He would move around, he would flip sides, you know what I'm saying? So like he was barely just doing enough to survive that. But you're right, if Eliza would have went to the body even one more time, it would have been over for him.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I guess technically Renat's winning streak ends, but his unbeaten streak continues, So I mean, that's gonna be the new stat that they say going forward.
Yep.
21 fight unbeaten streak.
Yep. But yeah, it was just upsetting. Not the performance that we were hoping after just blasting through Kevin Lee in 55 seconds, like just like
newly minted number 15 in the welterweight division, just down like
almost got finished in the third round by what, 38-year-old? 36?
36,
I think it's 36, yeah.
There.
That's why it's just crazy, because it's like he's got multiple knockouts, multiple submissions. He is clearly able to finish people. So that's why it just pissed me off so bad that he wanted to go in there, and then he just stopped taking the shit serious. You know what I mean? Like, stop trying to finish him, just in there having fun. And it's like, bro, now look what happened.
Yeah. Damn near lost the fucking fight. Like, yeah.
I still love him, though.
Yeah. I mean, he's still a good fighter.
Just,
like, guys that aren't as
disappointing.
Yeah. Like, I feel like guys that aren't as physically imposing as Zaleski can be, you know what I mean? Like, he'll still probably just run through them, But yeah, it is definitely just a moment of like, okay, yeah, you're not just gonna run through everyone like we might have thought,
Unless he takes this draw like, damn, I gotta do more. Yeah. So then maybe he will start running through people.
He very well could. Because he's 32 years old, I think.
32, yeah.
So I mean, just definitely still in his prime, but he's only got a little bit of time to work. You know what I mean, in terms of like his best years. But we'll see what this motherfucker can do. Vitor Petrino, though, this was absolutely nasty. that fucking check hook, man. Modestas was just going in for a jab, gets off on the angle perfectly, blasts him, and dude was just done.
Yeah,
out
just
cold.
put him right out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. Vitor, he's 10-0. 10-0 now, 205. Wasn't the... I mean, he is 3-0 in the UFC, but, like, I mean, with wins over Marcin Paraknio and Anton Turkalj in his first two, it's, like, not the most high on him, you know what I mean? Not, like, expecting too much.
3-fight winning streak. He's won in all 3 ways. Decision, sub, and now a KO.
Yeah.
It is very true. But yeah, he looked really good in there, and just fucking blasting through Modestas like that. It's like, all right, he might be able to put some decent people away at 205. You know what I mean? Definitely excited to see where he can go.
100%. I was just trying to think, like, but it's just like I can't think of anyone at the moment to like try and match make.
Oh yeah, he shouldn't get top 15. You know, next.
Well, I wasn't thinking top 15. I was just trying to think people like
outside of
unranked.
it.
Like,
unranked.
No. That's why I know it's like hard to kind of think sometimes of. I mean, I don't know where his last fight where he's at exactly in his career, but definitely a fun fight. Him and Kenny and Nzechukwu. I'd definitely be down for that. I would be.
I mean, he just lost to Justin Jacoby, so yeah.
Right.
That's what it was. Okay. So yeah.
So I mean that's kind of perfect placement. Just lost to somebody who's sitting in like what is he 15?
Yep.
Justin Jacoby.
Yep.
Yeah. I should have
right
known. He's always 15.
But yeah. So that'd definitely be a fun one.
I actually like that one.
So hell yeah. We'll see what the UFC decides to do. But yeah, moving on, the next big thing to bring up on the prelims. I was very upset when the UFC decided to put this fight together because I was like, they are absolutely just trying to fuck Angela Hill. And I was very scared for her. But she gets a very solid unanimous decision win over Denise Gomes, and just that was just awesome to see, man. That made me so happy.
Hell yeah, because I wanted Denise Gomes to win because just 115, she's 23, just a new name to work in. I just love having the prospects come in and do good.
Yep.
But I was saying it to Jimmy earlier, of all people who are 38 years old, or just of all people that are older and still ranked, especially in the women's divisions at like 115 and shit, Angie's the one I would want to win. And not even just because I love her, but she's always going to put on a good fight. It's always going to be a fun fight to watch, you know? Like, it's just, of all people, I'm glad that she got it done. And I super respected afterwards her saying that, like, she thinks that it was just her experience that got the best of her, but that Denise is a beast and she's going to be champ one day. Like, that's just amazing, showing her love like that. You know what I mean? Because Denise is really good, and she's, what, 23 years old?
Yeah, 23.
Yeah. It's like... She has so much time to grow and get better. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Just landing 5 of 9 takedowns for Angela Hill. I'm pretty sure the most takedowns she ever landed in a fight going into this was 2.
Yeah, it was 2.
So
it was 2.
Just like you said, 38 years old, and it's like, damn, just still fucking developing as a fighter, still trying to get better, still doing your thing. Like, just landing fucking 63% of her significant strikes, you know, landing 5 of 9 takedowns, 8 minutes of control time, like, just a veteran performance for her. And yeah, like you said, it was just so awesome to hear just big up fucking Denise like that, and just like, nah, she's gonna be doing some good shit in the future, you know. Just that shit made me the glimmer of happiness in this fucking shit pie of the weekend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Wait, hold on. We can't forget about the fact that the Armin Petrosian fight just fell out altogether mid
day of
broadcast. Like,
midday.
Yeah, that was very upsetting. Upsetting because I was so excited to see that fight.
Yeah. So because we went from 13 fights to 10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Going into weigh-ins, we were at 13 people weighing in, and by the end of the card, we had 10 bouts. So, that
Victor Hugo missing weight and Ishmael Bonfim.
Yep. Yeah. Both by like 3.5 pounds, and just Eduardo Mora also missed weight by 3.5 pounds, I'm pretty sure.
119 and a half.
Yeah, but they fight was still able to go through. And I mean, she beat the fucking shit out of Montserrat. That wasn't even close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, that was a good performance. Mark Casey got a boring split decision win. Who could have guessed that?
Yeah.
We all did, because that's taking us into our motherfucking Tapology picks, which sucked this week.
It was the only glimmer for me.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I was happy with Angela.
Trash.
But I won. So
Yep, you did.
let's fucking go.
I know I should have switched to Almeida. I would have won.
Right at the main event, like you guys heard me out on the bike pit. I was just like, oh, why the fuck did I go Lewis?
for the hopes and the glory, you know what I mean? But
look, all it takes with them is one punch.
Yep. But and like, let's just think of, and like when it was happening, like as the fight was playing out too, I was just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be much harder for Derek Lewis to just land that like uppercut knockout, because Almeida just shoots super low fucking doubles and stuff like that. So it's like, and you even seen Derek trying to adjust to it, like throwing uppercuts like from the fucking floor, basically.
I was about to say,
like,
what was it? Like, I was about to say, you'll appreciate this. The Hajime Nuipo literally on the floor uppercut.
Yeah, like it. But yeah, so KT comes in first place. 7 picks right. I came in second. 6 picks right. Ginger, you came in third. Also with 6 picks right. Beat you by 10 points, motherfucker.
Yeah, this week was so close. We all had the same people picked, a very few different ways, mostly the same ways.
Yeah.
And then it all came down to the main event.
Yep.
I think there was one other different pick somewhere in there, wasn't there?
No, it was just... I had Brenner by sub, you guys had him by knockout type shit.
That's what it was.
Yeah, like, those were the only small differences, and I think that was, like, the actual only difference.
Yeah, or no, because we had Petrino by finish. I think you had him by
That's
like, decision.
What it was.
And then I know Petrosian ended up falling out, but I think we had differences on, like, decision and finishes with that, too.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah, it was just the ways, but we had all the same people up until the main event, so either way, we were literally fucking never more than 20 points apart, like...
Yeah, because you ended up with 425 with that main event win. Me at 390, Ginger at 380.
Yeah,
I had a pretty solid split of stuff with 1 decision, 1 perfect, and 1 semi-perfect. You know, so that was kind of nice.
I just had 1 decision and 1 perfect.
I had 2 decisions and 2 semi-perfects.
Yo, and I was so confident in my picks too. I was like, nah, this is easy.
I was confident in mine too.
Well, I know we had a lot of the same shit. Like that's how like you knew like, nah, this could definitely happen. Like just all of us picking the same person, and like this person by sub and maybe different rounds. But even for me and Jimmy, like up until the Elves Brenner fight, we had all the same picks exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the opening fight on the main card. I think, or like the prelim main event, something like that. But
no, it was the opening fight of the main. It was opening fight of the main card because I think Petrosian.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And
yeah, no, and it's funny you bring it up like that because it was up until that point I was in the lead.
I think so.
And then it just switched up once we got to the main card because of differences in outcome.
I think so, something like that. Exactly how it was playing out.
No. It was when Vitor Petrino got the second round knockout and me and you got the perfect.
That's when it was. It was right before main card.
Gotcha. Yeah. But so yeah, out of 10 fights, getting 7 and 6 is it's still pretty solid for you. 70%, 60% for me and Ginger is not that great.
Not great, but
just crazy the fights that were the ones that lost it, you know?
Yeah, just I know, like just all of us. So I
mean, technically, the one with Renat couldn't count, so
that's true as well.
It's like it's out of 9 because that one went to draw. So
no, yeah.
Let me pick a draw.
I know it should really let us do that.
Draws in no contest for the big brain plays. Let's go.
Get us 150 points.
Yeah. But yeah, with that. That's about gonna wrap up this sad weekend of fights. Next week though, holy shit, it's gonna be fucking great.
I refuse to be excited ever again.
I refuse to not ever be excited ever again.
No, you're right, because next week But this is what I'm saying is I'm just scared to say it now, but I just feel like next week is guaranteed violence, but we'll get into that.
Yeah. Preview UFC 294? That's what it is? 294? 295?
295.
It's hard for me to remember the numbers. I'm sorry. 295. Let's fucking go. But again, if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. It helps out. We've been starting to get some better views on the video, so that's fucking awesome. We got the links in the description for me and Ginger and all our Twitch streams, so let's fucking go. But until then, we'll catch you on that preview.
Yeah, dog.
Peace. Yeah, dog.